Listen, I need you to hear me right now, not with your ears, with your spirit. Because what I'm about to say isn't for the ones who are fine with being good enough. It's not for the ones who want to coast. This is for the hungry, the driven, the ones who are tired of settling. Average is a mindset that quietly seeps into your life, convincing you to settle for less than what you are capable of achieving. It disguises itself as comfort, safety, and ease, but in reality, it is a trap that limits your potential and stifles your growth. To reject average means to refuse the invitation to live a life of mediocrity, to push beyond the boundaries of what is simply a good enough, and to pursue excellence relentlessly. Average is not just a state of being. It is a choice that you make every day, either consciously or unconsciously. When you choose average, you choose to stay within the confines of what is familiar and safe. But that choice comes at a high cost. It costs you the chance to be exceptional, to make a difference, and to leave a legacy. Understanding that average is a mindset to reject is the first step toward unlocking the extraordinary life waiting for you. At its core, average is a form of complacency. It tells you that your current efforts, skills, or results sufficient, even when you know deep down that you can push harder and reach further. It lulls you into believing that staying comfortable is preferable to facing the discomfort of growth. But growth rarely happens in comfort zones. Real progress comes when you stretch yourself beyond your limits, when you challenge your own expectation and refuse to accept the status quo. Choosing to reject average means committing to this discomfort because you understand that discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. Every moment you spend clinging to average is a moment lost that you will never get back. Rejecting average also means refusing to live by the standard set by others. Society often defines what is a normal or acceptable, but those definitions are designed to maintain order, not to unleash greatness. When you allow yourself to be confined by average, you are accepting someone else's limited vision for your life. Instead, you must set your own standards, higher standards that reflect your potential and aspirations. This shift in mindset changes everything. Suddenly, you stop competing with the world around you and start competing with the person you were yesterday. Your focus moves inward, on constant improvement, rather than outward on fitting in or measuring up to others. This internal drive is what separates the average from the exceptional. Living beyond average demands more than just a change in thinking. It requires action. Many people claim they want to be great, but they fail to back up those words with the daily habits and sacrifices needed to make greatness a reality. Rejecting average means showing up every day ready to put in the work, even when motivation is low or distractions are high. It means pushing through setbacks, refusing to quit, and maintaining a laser focus on your goals. The path beyond average is not easy or comfortable, but is the only path that leads to true achievement. The commitment to action turns mindset into momentum, and momentum propels you forward when your willpower alone is not enough. One of the biggest lies about average is that it's safe and secure. Many people settle for average because it feels less risky than aiming high and possibly failing. But in truth, average is the most dangerous place you can be because it breeds regret. It is a slow, quiet death of potential. You might not face dramatic failure, but you face the daily erosion of your dreams. When you look back on your life and realize you never gave your all, that you settled for less, the pain of that regret can be overwhelming. Rejecting average means refusing to live with that regret. It means daring to dream bigger, act bolder, and live with greater intention. It means understanding that the real risk lies in never trying at all. Rejecting average also involves the way you handle failure and setbacks. Average people see failure as a sign to stop, to turn back, or to lower their goals. Those who reject average see failure differently. They see it as feedback, as a necessary step on the road to mastery. Failure is not a wall to stop at, but a stepping stone to climb over. This perspective transforms how you approach challenges and obstacles. It makes you resilient, persistent, and willing to learn. Instead of avoiding difficulty, you lean into it because you know that growth comes through struggle. Rejecting average means adopting this mindset of relentless perseverance. Another crucial aspect of rejecting average is the company you keep. Your environment has a powerful influence on your mindset. If you surround yourself with people who are comfortable being average, who lack ambition, or who discourage your dreams, it becomes much harder to rise above that level. Rejecting average means seeking out those who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be better. It means cutting ties with negativity, complacency, and excuses. The people around you either lift you up or hold you back. Choosing to reject average means consciously creating a circle that supports your growth and fuels your desire for excellence. Rejecting average is also a commitment to lifelong learning and self-improvement. Average is static. It implies that you have reached a certain point, and that is enough. But when you reject average, you adopt a growth mindset, understanding that there is always room to improve, to learn new skills, and to expand your horizons. This commitment to continuous growth keeps you hungry and humble. It prevents complacency and fuels the drive to keep pushing forward, no matter how much you have already achieved in every area of life. Whether it's your career, relationships, health, or personal development, average is a choice that limits your potential. Rejecting average means making a conscious decision to refuse that limitation. It means holding yourself accountable to higher standards and refusing to let excuses, fear, or comfort dictate your actions. It means waking up every day with the mindset that you will do more, be more, and achieve more than you did yesterday. This mindset shift creates a ripple effect, transforming not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Choosing to reject average is choosing to take ownership of your life. It is the recognition that your destiny is in your hands and that the life you want is possible if you are willing to work for it. It means refusing to blame circumstances or wait for permission. Instead, you become the driver of your own success, the creator of your own future. This choice empowers you to break free from limitations and aim for excellence, knowing that your effort, your discipline, and your mindset are the keys to unlocking your true potential. Comfort is often misunderstood as something positive, a state of ease and relaxation that everyone naturally seeks. However, when it comes to personal growth and achievement, comfort can be one of the biggest obstacles standing in your way. Comfort creates a zone where little changes, little progress, and little challenge occur. It is a trap disguised as safety, a place where you stop pushing, stop striving, and begin to accept the status quo. Growth, on the other hand, requires discomfort. It demands that you move beyond what feels easy and familiar into spaces where you are forced to learn, adapt, and evolve. Understanding that comfort kills growth is a fundamental truth if you want to move beyond average and reach your full potential. The nature of comfort is that it encourages repetition and predictability. When you stay within your comfort zone, you rely on habits, routines, and environments that are familiar and safe. This predictability creates a sense of control and security, but it also limits your exposure to new experiences and challenges that are necessary for development. Growth happens when you stretch beyond your current abilities, when you face obstacles that require problem solving, creativity, and perseverance. Without stepping outside of comfort, you remain stuck in the same patterns, unable to discover what you are truly capable of. Discomfort, while often unpleasant, is a sign that you are growing. It means you are pushing boundaries and expanding your skills and mindset. This discomfort can show up in many ways: fear of failure, uncertainty, physical strain, mental exhaustion, or emotional vulnerability. These feelings signal that you are breaking old limitations and entering new territory. People who grow and succeed embrace discomfort as part of their journey. They understand that without it, progress is impossible. They don't run from discomfort. They run toward it because they know it is a necessary companion on the path to greatness. When you prioritize comfort over growth, you settle for less than you are capable of. It's easy to convince yourself that staying comfortable is the smarter choice because growth feels risky or difficult. But this choice comes with hidden costs. Every moment you choose comfort over challenge, you delay your potential. You limit your opportunities to build resilience, gain experience, and develop new skills. The result is a life of stagnation, a life where dreams remain unfulfilled and ambitions are put on hold. Comfort may feel safe in the short term, but in the long term, it becomes a barrier to success and fulfillment. One of the reasons comfort is so dangerous is because it creates a false sense of security. It tricks you into believing that if you stay where you are, nothing bad will happen. But the truth is, life rewards those who take risks and push themselves. Opportunities rarely come to those who wait passively in their comfort zones. Instead, they come to the people who seek them out, who are willing to face uncertainty and put in the hard work required to grow. Choosing comfort means choosing to miss out on these opportunities. It means allowing fear of the unknown to dictate your actions rather than courage and ambition. Growth requires a mindset shift, an active decision to prioritize progress over ease. This shift means recognizing that discomfort is temporary, but the rewards of growth are lasting. When you are willing to face discomfort, you develop mental toughness and resilience. You learn how to overcome obstacles, how to manage stress, and how to adapt to changing circumstances. These skills are invaluable, not just for personal success, but for navigating life's inevitable challenges. The willingness to endure discomfort creates a foundation for continual growth and achievement. It is also important to recognize that comfort and growth are not mutually exclusive in all aspects. Some level of comfort is necessary for rest, recovery, and mental well-being. However, the problem arises when comfort becomes a constant state, where growth is avoided in favor of ease. The key is balance and intentionality, knowing when to push yourself and when to recharge. Those who achieve greatness understand this balance. They are disciplined in their efforts to step outside comfort zones regularly, whether through new experiences, learning opportunities, or facing fears. Sure. At the same time, they also know the importance of rest to sustain long-term growth. The relationship between comfort and growth is also evident in how you approach failure and setbacks. When you stay in your comfort zone, failure feels like a threat to your safety, something to avoid at all costs. This avoidance limits your willingness to take risks or try new things. Conversely, when you embrace growth, failure becomes a natural part of the process, a learning tool rather than a final verdict. Growth-minded individuals understand that discomfort includes the possibility of failure, but they don't let that possibility stop them. Instead, they lean into discomfort, knowing that failure is often the catalyst for improvement. Comfort can also impact your creativity and innovation. Staying comfortable often means relying on familiar methods and ideas. This limits your ability to think outside the box or develop new solutions. Growth demands curiosity, experimentation, and the courage to challenge existing beliefs and habits. When you break free from comfort, you open yourself up to new perspectives and possibilities. This mindset fuels innovation and personal development, allowing you to discover strengths and talents you may not have known you possessed. In practical terms, moving beyond comfort requires intentional habits and mindset shifts. It could mean setting bigger goals that push your limits, seeking feedback even when it's uncomfortable, or stepping into new roles that challenge your skills. It might involve confronting fears directly, whether it's fear of public speaking, failure, or rejection. These actions create tension between comfort and growth, and by consistently choosing growth, you train yourself to thrive in discomfort. Over time, what once felt uncomfortable becomes a source of strength and confidence. Ultimately, the choice between comfort and growth is one of the most important decisions you make daily. Comfort offers ease and safety, but growth offers transformation and fulfillment. To achieve anything meaningful, you must be willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term progress. This willingness separates those who live ordinary lives from those who leave extraordinary legacies. Growth is not accidental. It is the result of deliberate choices to face discomfort head on and keep moving forward despite it. This mindset is the foundation for breaking free from average and creating a life of purpose, achievement, and impact. Every day presents us with a choice, a decision point that shapes the trajectory of our lives. This choice is often framed as a battle between two paths, one leading to comfort and complacency, and the other to growth and excellence. Choosing between staying average or chasing greatness is not a one-time decision, but a constant daily commitment. Each morning when you wake up, the mindset you adopt, the actions you take, and the attitude you hold determine whether you move closer to your potential or settle for less. Understanding this daily choice is critical because success is not the product of a single event, but the accumulation of consistent decisions made over time. The idea that every day you get to choose your direction empowers you to take control of your life. Well, it removes the notion of helplessness and victimhood by placing responsibility squarely in your hands. No external circumstance can dictate your progress as long as you are making conscious choices aligned with your goals. This means that even when faced with setbacks, disappointments, or challenges, you have the power to decide how you respond. Will you let those obstacles derail you, or will you see them as opportunities to learn and grow? This daily choice defines not only your achievements, but your character. Choosing to chase excellence every day requires intentionality. It demands that you wake up with purpose and focus, setting clear goals that motivate and inspire you. Without this clarity, it is easy to drift through your day reacting to circumstances rather than proactively shaping them. Excellence requires planning, discipline, and a willingness to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term pleasures. It means saying no to distractions and temptation that pull you away from your mission. This choice is not easy, especially in a world full of instant gratification and endless distractions, but it is necessary for those who refuse to settle for average. On the other hand, choosing average means allowing inertia and complacency to dictate your life. It means giving in to the temptation to take the easy road, to do just enough to get by, and to avoid discomfort or challenge. This choice might feel safe and comfortable in the moment, but it erodes your potential over time. When you choose average repeatedly, you create habits of mediocrity that are hard to break. Your skills plateau, your dreams shrink, and your impact diminishes. What starts as a small, seemingly harmless decision turns into a pattern that limits your future and leaves you with regret. This daily choice also influences how you manage your time and energy. Excellence demands that you be deliberate with these precious resources, investing them in activities that push you forward. This could mean dedicating extra hours to mastering a skill, focusing intently on your work, or taking care of your physical and mental health to sustain peak performance. Choosing average, conversely, often results in wasting time on distractions, procrastination, or low-value tasks that don't contribute to your goals. Over days, weeks, and months, these small choices compound, creating either momentum towards success or inertia towards stagnation. The mindset behind these choices plays a crucial role. When you believe that greatness is possible and that your daily actions matter, you are more likely to choose excellence consistently. This belief fuels motivation and resilience, helping you push through challenges and setbacks. Conversely, if you adopt a fixed mindset, believing that your abilities and circumstances are unchangeable, you are more likely to resign yourself to average outcomes. The power to choose every day is tied to the belief in your capacity to grow and improve. Without this belief, the choice to pursue greatness loses meaning. Every person who has achieved extraordinary success understands that their journey is made up of countless daily choices. It is not a matter of luck or talent alone, but the discipline to choose excellence repeatedly, even when it is hard. This repetition builds habits, and habits become the foundation of your identity. When you choose excellence daily, you become the type of person who naturally strives for more, who is resilient in the face of failure, and who takes responsibility for their life. Your identity shifts from someone who hopes for success to someone who expects and works for it. The choice between average and excellence also affects your relationships and influence. When you commit to growth and high standards, you inspire those around you to do the same. Your dedication can motivate family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers who observe your consistency and drive. Choosing average, however, often results in settling for less not only for yourself, but also lowering expectations for those around you. Excellence creates a ripple effect, encouraging a culture of ambition and improvement, while average fosters complacency and lowered standards. This daily choice is not about perfection or never failing. It is about commitment to a process. You would have days when you fall short, moments when you lack motivation, or times when circumstances seem overwhelming. What matters is that you keep coming back to the decision to choose excellence, to keep pushing forward despite setbacks. This perseverance is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who do not. It is a cycle of continuous renewal of your commitment to your goals, a daily pledge to yourself that you will not settle for less than your best. Making the choice to pursue excellence every day also means being honest with yourself about where you are and where you want to go. It requires self-awareness and reflection to recognize when you are slipping into average behaviors or excuses. This awareness allows you to course correct, to adjust your actions, and to recommit to your path. Without this honesty, it's easy to fall into complacency without even realizing it. Choosing excellence is an active process, not a passive hope. Furthermore, this choice influences how you handle external influences like criticism, competition, and societal expectations. When you commit to chasing excellence, you develop a thicker skin and a clearer focus. Criticism becomes useful feedback rather than a deterrent. Competition becomes motivation rather than intimidation. Societal expectations become a backdrop against which you define your own standards and goals. The choice to pursue excellence gives you the power to define success on your own terms, rather than accepting definitions imposed by others. Ultimately, the power to choose every day between average and greatness is one of the most empowering realizations you can have. It puts you in the driver's seat of your life, giving you control over your future and your legacy. No matter your past, your current situation, or the challenges you face, you can always decide today how you want to live. This choice is the foundation upon which all achievement is built and is available to anyone willing to seize it. Discipline is the bridge that connects dreams to reality, the essential ingredient that transforms good intentions into great accomplishments. It is the daily commitment to do what needs to be done, even when motivation fades or distractions abound. Discipline is what separates those who talk about their goals from those who actually achieve them. Without discipline, talent and passion alone are not enough to sustain progress over the long haul. It is the consistent, focused effort applied day after day, often in the face of challenges, setbacks, and temptations, that drives real success. To embrace discipline is to commit to a lifestyle where actions align with aspirations, regardless of how you feel in the moment. One of the most important things to understand about discipline is that it is a choice, a deliberate decision you make repeatedly. It's not about waiting for motivation to strike or for inspiration to come knocking. Motivation is fleeting, unreliable, and often influenced by external circumstances. Discipline, however, is steady and dependable because it is rooted in habits and routines that you build over time. When discipline becomes a habit, it no longer requires a battle with your emotions or a constant appeal to willpower. You simply act in accordance with your goals because that is what you have trained yourself to do. The power of discipline lies in its consistency. Success is rarely the result of a single burst of effort or a moment of genius. It is the cumulative effect of countless small actions performed consistently over weeks, months, and years. For example, mastering a skill, building a business, or achieving peak physical fitness all require daily discipline, showing up, putting in the work, and staying focused on the process. Each day you practice discipline, you build momentum, creating a foundation that supports bigger achievements. Conversely, every day you neglect discipline, you weaken that foundation and make success harder to reach. Discipline also means managing your environment to support your goals. This might involve removing distractions, setting boundaries, or surrounding yourself with people who encourage your growth. The easier you make it to stay disciplined, the more likely you are to succeed. This is why habits and routines are so important. They create structure and reduce the number of decisions you have to make about whether to act. The less you rely on willpower in the moment, the more energy you have to sustain your efforts over time. Discipline is about designing your life so that the right choices become the default choices. Another critical aspect of discipline is delayed gratification. It requires the ability to sacrifice immediate pleasure or convenience for long-term gain. This is difficult because human nature often seeks comfort in instant rewards. Discipline pushes you to do the hard things now so that you can enjoy greater rewards later. This could mean waking up early to work on your goals instead of sleeping in, choosing healthy food over junk food, or studying instead of scrolling through social media and Avenda. Each time you choose the harder, less comfortable option, you strengthen your discipline muscle and bring your goals closer within reach. Discipline also helps you maintain focus when faced with obstacles and setbacks. The journey toward any meaningful goal is rarely smooth. Challenges, failures, and distractions will inevitably arise. Without discipline, it's easy to get discouraged, lose momentum, or give up altogether. But disciplined individuals see obstacles as part of the process, not reasons to quit. They stay committed to their routines and keep taking action, trusting that consistent effort will eventually pay off. This persistence is what separates those who achieve from those who only dream. It is important to recognize that discipline is not about perfection. It's not about never making mistakes or never having off days. Instead, discipline is about the ability to get back on track after slipping up. Everyone encounters moments of weakness or distraction, but what matters is the response. The disciplined person acknowledges the mistake, learns from it, and recommits to their goals without letting one failure turn into many. This resilience is a key part of discipline, reinforcing the habit of consistent action even when the path is difficult. Developing discipline requires self-awareness and intentional practice. It starts with setting clear, specific goals that give your actions purpose and direction. When your goals are vague, it's harder to stay disciplined because you lack clarity about what you are working toward. Having a well-defined target helps you prioritize your efforts and measure progress. From there, breaking your goals into manageable steps makes the process less overwhelming and easier to sustain. Each small success reinforces your discipline and builds confidence. Another strategy to strengthen discipline is accountability. Sharing your goals with others or working with a mentor or coach can provide external motivation and support. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility that makes it harder to skip important tasks or give in to distractions. I'm more than distractions. It also encourages you to maintain standards and keep pushing forward, especially during times when your internal drive wanes. Being part of a community or having a support system can bolster your discipline and increase your chances of success. Discipline also plays a crucial role in managing your mindset. It helps you resist the temptation of excuses, negative self-talk, and limiting beliefs that can undermine your efforts. When discipline is strong, you approach challenges with a problem-solving attitude rather than giving in to defeatism. You develop confidence in your ability to overcome difficulties because your consistent actions prove that you are capable of progress. This positive mindset fueled by discipline creates a feedback loop that propels you forward. In addition, discipline enables you to develop patience. Success, especially in meaningful endeavors, rarely happens overnight. Discipline teaches you to value the process and trust that the results will come with time and effort. It helps you avoid the frustration that leads to quitting and keeps you focused on steady progress rather than immediate outcomes. This long-term perspective is essential for sustained achievement and fulfillment. Finally, discipline is the foundation for building other key qualities like resilience or focus and self-control. These traits are interrelated and mutually reinforcing, creating a powerful framework for success. As you strengthen your discipline, you naturally become more resilient in the face of adversity, more focused on your priorities, and better able to control impulses that distract or derail you. Together, these qualities equip you to navigate the complexities of life and work toward your highest potential. Embracing discipline means accepting that the road to success requires effort and sacrifice. It means committing to show up, put in the work, and push through resistance even when it's uncomfortable. This commitment is not about being perfect, but about being persistent and consistent. Discipline is the key that unlocks your ability to transform your dreams into reality, to rise above average, and to live a life defined by purpose and achievement. Pain is not the enemy, it's the signal, it's the fire that refines, the pressure that shapes, and the storm that strengthens. While most people run from pain, those who rise above average learn to embrace it. They understand that pain is part of the process, not something to be avoided, but something to be endured, respected, and ultimately mastered. Growth and success do not come without discomfort. They are birthed through struggle, failure, and the kind of effort that stretches you to your limits. Pain is the price you pay for transformation, the toll you must pay on the road to greatness. There's a powerful truth hidden in pain. It reveals who you are. When everything is easy, when life is smooth, when there are no challenges pressing in on you, anyone can perform well. But when pain shows up, when you're exhausted, when you're failing, when everything feels like it's falling apart, that's when your true character is exposed. Do you crumble, make excuses, and quit? Or do you dig deeper, hold the line, and fight forward? Pain doesn't just show you who you are, It gives you the chance to become someone stronger, someone better, someone more powerful than before. Most people are conditioned to avoid pain at all costs. Society has taught us to seek comfort, to medicate discomfort, to run from anything that doesn't feel good. But the path to greatness is paved with discomfort. If you want to build something extraordinary, you're going to have to endure pain. There's no shortcut, no easy way, no painless path. The pain you experience in the pursuit of your goals is not punishment, it's preparation. It's training you to endure more, handle more, become more. It's showing you where your weaknesses are so you can strengthen them. It's revealing what you need to change, to fix, to develop. Pain is a powerful teacher. It delivers lessons that books, lecture theories never could. When you fail a test you thought you were ready for. When you lose a competition you trained for. When you face rejection, embarrassment, or disappointment, those are the moments that etch themselves into your mind and force you to evolve. Pain has a way of making things clear. It strips away the illusions, the distractions, and the lies you tell yourself. It confronts you with the raw reality of your situation and demands that you either adapt or stay stuck. The people who achieve the most are not those who feel the least pain, but those who can endure the most without breaking. Endurance is a superpower, and it is forged in pain. Every rep in the gym that burns, every early morning when your body wants to sleep, every hour spent practicing while others are relaxing. These are not meaningless struggles. They are investments. Every moment of pain you endure willingly is building something inside you. It's creating toughness, grit, and resilience. These qualities cannot be bought, borrowed, or faked. They must be earned through experience, and pain is the currency. Pain also breeds humility. When you face hardship, when life knocks you down, when you're stressed beyond what you thought you could handle, you learn to respect the process. You realize that no one is exempt from struggle, that success is not given, it's earned. Pain keeps you grounded. It reminds you that you're human, that you have limits, but it also whispers that those limits can be expanded. The humility that comes from pain doesn't make you weaker, it makes you wiser. It makes you more aware of your vulnerabilities and more committed to overcoming them. Ooh. Pain tests your commitment. It asks, how bad do you really want it? Anyone can say they want to be successful, but when the pain hits, when you're tired, broke, lonely, or overwhelmed, that's when your words are tested. Do you keep pushing forward or do you fold? The most successful people are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who kept showing up through the pain. They kept writing, kept training, kept working, kept believing even when every part of them wanted to quit. That kind of persistence only developed through pain. It is forged in the fire of adversity. There is also a beauty in pain when you understand its purpose. Pain has a way of aligning you with what really matters. It strips away the superficial and brings clarity to your purpose. When you're in pain, you don't waste energy on things that don't matter. You focus, you prioritize. Pain can sharpen your vision and deepen your drive. It can bring out a version of you that you didn't know existed. A version that is stronger, braver, more relentless than the person you were before the pain. Pain also connects you to others. Shared struggle builds bonds that are stronger than comfort ever could. When you've gone through pain, when you've suffered, sacrificed, and endured, you understand others who are doing the same. It gives you empathy, and that empathy creates connection. Leaders who have experienced pain are more respected, not less. They've earned their stripes. So their words carry weight because they've lived what they speak. Pain gives you credibility, depth, and perspective that cannot be faked. Learning to embrace pain doesn't mean seeking out recklessly or living in a constant state of suffering. It means recognizing pain for what it is, a signal, a teacher, a guide. It means being willing to feel discomfort in the pursuit of something greater. It means trusting the process even when it hurts. When you stop avoiding pain and start working through it, you discover that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. You learn that your limits are not fixed but flexible, that growth lives just beyond the edge of what feels possible. And the more you embrace pain, the more you begin to see it not as your enemy, but as your ally in the pursuit of greatness. You were born for more than simply drifting through life unnoticed, for settling into the easy, predictable mold that society might expect from you. Deep inside you, there's a spark, A purpose that demands recognition. This purpose is not a vague idea or a fleeting dream. It is the very essence of your being, something that sets you apart from the crowd. To live beneath this potential, to live average, is to ignore the call that pushes you towards something greater, something extraordinary. Every one of us arrives in this world with unique gifts, talents, and a mission that only we can fulfill. When you accept that average is not an option, you acknowledge that your life's meaning is too important to waste on mediocrity. Imagine the countless possibilities that open up when you realize that you were designed for a purpose beyond